Well, good evening, as it were. We are still moving back into the truck, so here we are, fumbling around at kind of a last minute type thing. So it's going to take a little bit longer to get set up than than what usually happens, because everything is still all in a shambles. So it's gonna be a few moments before we actually do get started with anything here, because I gotta find stuff. I gotta, like here, a pair of chopsticks where they don't belong, but we don't have the actual time to do anything. Nothing gets done. So, hey, Angie, how you doing? Always nice to have Angie in here. She's been a pretty loyal subscriber, and I do appreciate it. It's not often you get somebody that involved. I mean, I wish I could be more involved in other people's websites, live stream and whatnot, but with my job, that's not exactly the easiest thing to do. So, I try to tune in when I can, but at the same time, it's like I barely have time for my stuff. So it's like I pop in, I pop out. It's, hey, how y'all doing? Good to see you. Blah, blah, blah. I'm in and out. So one more cardboard box, empty, but we still have a long ways to go to get things organized, because it is chaos. Absolute chaos. I just got things just tucked in places. And UK 7769 from the Treasure Coast of Florida. Well, we're here up here in Dexter, Michigan. We are going to be here the weekend. Because we cannot deliver today. So we got to deliver these tires tomorrow. I'm hoping to get south with this, with my next load Monday, hopefully. We'll see. But because of the way the vagaries, as we like to call them, of the way things just are, we don't exactly, have a smooth transition going on getting back into the truck. Basically, before I even got back to headquarters, I had another load. So I didn't have the extra day or two or three or whatever to get fully settled into the truck before I had to roll out. So I apologize for the glare here. I don't think I have any more power on my my one light here that I use for the live stream is out of power, and I have not been able to charge it yet. I mean, I haven't been able to charge my computer, so I'm plugging that in now. We will be using the propane stove to cook with tonight, not the inverter. So please bear with me here. All right. All right. The stuff, just, little things like this, just all where they don't need to be. And everything's, like I said, just Rhonda Tolliver, how you doing? Always nice to have you, Rhonda. So we're going to charge that. So it's going to take a few minutes to get, like I said, everything settled so that I can actually do the cooking. So I ask your indulgence here. But here's the old GoPro. This one is going to be going into a waterproof case, and we're going to be doing some outside shots with this. So we still got to deal with that. I still have all these little SD cards here filled with video. I still got to deal with that. It's a lot of stuff, along with the regular stuff that I want to do, all coming as one thing. So it's not precisely as easy as I want. And tonight we're just going to do a simple spaghetti. Because A, kind of want spaghetti. B, it's quick and easy. And hopefully, we're not going to be doing any kind of meat sauce because the ground beef is not dry, not thawed out. I don't typically use chicken unless it's already ready to go, but all my chicken has been marinating for other things. So not exactly ready to go. So let's see, we got to get our table out here. Let me try to move this stuff around here so it's I have the usable space I need. That one's the one I want right there. Melanie, how you doing? Now, unfortunately, in the process of moving in, I was making some soup, some more of that potato soup, because it was very cold up there in Minnesota. Well, actually just over in Minnesota where I'm at, and unfortunately I spilled it. And with the clutter I got going on in the truck, it is a mess. It's being dried. I got to get down. I got to scrub it out. So I'm not going to show that, but trust me, it's not quite as neat as I would like it. So this is the driver's side. So where I put my head. Here's all my controls here for the air conditioning and all my electrical stuff right there. Plug my phone in there, blah, blah, blah. Then behind me, we got baskets on the wall. This is the passenger side. I built this shelf here, this little one here. So right now, things are just piled up. Over 50 and fantabulous. How you, Lynn? How you doing? So things are just kind of thrown in because, like I said, moving back into the truck, it's not as easy as people think it is, especially when you're under a time deadline. When you have to get your stuff in the truck and go because you have a load. So that's the situation we are in. Most of the kitchen cabinet is in. I got to get my spices into that drawer there, and it's up front. But most everything else is in, mostly. But here's what we're dealing with in the front. So boxes, stuff just piled in there. All these boxes here are just sitting on the bed because I got to unpack those. We got to throw that stuff away. We got to get the trash out. We got to organize. We got to put things where they belong. Like I said, it's not the neatest thing. So the one thing I do need to do, if you'll excuse me real quick, if I can find a pair, that's t-shirts. Here's the bag. I need to put, take these dirty pants off. Like I said, things are just in bags, because. Alrighty, well, we got a pair of shorts. And I think in keeping with the food theme, I'm going to put my lobster shorts on. So let me turn that up a little bit. I don't want anybody seeing the secrets of the trade. Pardon me. Ba 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 da ba 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 ba. I'm sure you all appreciate that. I said we're going to get our lobster shorts on in keeping with the theme of the video, which is dinner. There we go. There we go. Okay. Now we're somewhat presentable now. All right. So we still have a few things to do before we can actually get started. I got to get my table set up. I got to get the propane stove back here. I got to get my spice, my pasta from up there. If I had the actual time tonight and it wasn't so cluttered, I would break out the pasta machine and make fresh pasta. But I don't, so I won't. So there you go. Tyrannical Mystery Covers, how you doing? Welcome on in. Mr. Brad Parks, how you doing? Let's see here. Oh, in keeping with my love, of Japan, because I grew up there, and the fact that I love ramen so much, I got a few bits of decoration for the truck. Now, this is wholly unnecessary, whatnot. One piece is a door curtain, which is called a Noren. And you can find it on Amazon or whatnot. Noren is how you would spell it in English. But it's a little curtain that just, advertises, or, typically in front of a business, you'll have one. But we have a ramen, and that says ramen in Japanese, paper lantern. Yeah, this is actually made of vinyl, but that's a little bit, it's not perfect. So, but we're going to hang this up in here. We're going to put a little bit of a light in there to shine so that, it kind of glows. And we're going to hang that up in the background up here somewhere, just as a little bit of decoration. And we're going to have the Noren along the back wall as well. Just, a little bit of personalization for the truck. I'd say we're going to have the Japanese lettering outside, but it does say ramen on the other side, which I wish the English wasn't there, but we'll have that one displayed. Like I said, I'm going to put like a little puck light in the bottom so it'll glow, so even when it's, when I have the lights off, I have a little battery powered light in there, give me a little bit of color and a little bit of interest in the truck. But for now, it just got to sit off to the side. All right, let's do the fun stuff here. Moving stuff all around, just so we can get ourselves set up. I got to plug in my the iPad here. Sorry, but we got here just a little bit before 3 o'clock to Dexter, Michigan. Maybe stick that off the side there. We installed 2 antennas for the CB. The one that was on here was falling off. It was not work. It was working, but it was broken. So got that, threw that away. Put the 2 new antennas on instead of just the one. So now the CB is going to work the way it's supposed to. I did a greasing of the chassis and the steering, for the truck and the transmission linkage. Got that all greased up, so the truck is going to work the way it's supposed to, which is always a good thing. So here's my little logbook that I keep for everything I do with the truck. And now this is a quick sketch thing. This is the permanent one. So back in my truck, so a brand new book. So anything that ever happens, I can refer to this and say, well, that's not what happened. Here's the Bible of what we got going on. A couple of snacks. Got to figure out what we're going to throw. We're just going to throw those up here in the snack bin. We got too much junk in the truck, so that's why I said before we are going to be slimming things down a little bit because I need to have some weight off the truck. I need to have a little bit more efficient use of certain things. So we're going to be evaluating all of our cooking gear, all the clothes, everything. It's going to be, do I need it? Yes or no? Do I need it that badly? Yes or no? Okay, box it up. When we get back to my sister's house in Georgia, near Atlanta, we will offload that stuff, make it a little bit more efficient. Now, it's going to be more efficient in my truck because of the shelving, the baskets back here. It's going to be a little bit easier than in the other truck. We just have more storage, more efficient use of the space. So, it's going to be better overall. But until we actually get everything into place, it's going to be a pain in the neck. So, it's like here, we got our plates. They have a specific place. Now we can put them. One more little thing done. Hot plate. Still needs a place, but we're going to stick it there for the moment. Here's our battery charger for all of our cordless drills and whatnot. We just need to tuck it in to a place for the moment. And that's unfortunately part of what we got to do. So a little salt crock, stick that where that belongs. Little spatula for my rice cooker. One of the electric pepper grinders. This is one of those things getting off. I will give this to anybody who wants it. I got 2 of these things. So for the moment, we're going to set that there. So my sharpening steel, throw that there. Just tuck that in where I normally keep it. Let's see here. So my bamboo steamer, just need to find a place for that for the moment. Box grater. Again, just find a place. My high-end copper pan with the silver lining. We'll be using this to cook in, so I need that out. There we go. I think we can almost get this one box empty. We can get another box empty. So laundry detergent, our Instapot recipe book, connector for the computer, vacuum, container, my baby wipes, because whenever I can't get a shower, the baby wipes good, and one of my packets of vitamins. Get that, put where it needs to be, and we can break this box down. So we are making progress. Not great progress, but we're making progress. Marcel, I would love to go to culinary school. I really, really would. But I do not want to become a professional chef. I do not want to cook for anybody except for family and friends. I've worked in kitchens before, and dealing with people's food is a very personal thing. Medicine, food, home. Those are the three big ones that you have to have a lot of patience, and you have to give a lot of deference when you're dealing with those three things. Somebody's health, somebody's food, and somebody's home. You know, when you are dealing with those three things, you have to learn how to be very diplomatic. You have to learn how to be very, yes, sir, yes, ma'am, I'll try to fix that, blah, blah, blah. You have to kiss a lot of butt, and dealing with landscaping and, like I did, I was dealing with people's homes. Carpentry, I was dealing with people's homes. I don't have the stomach to be a doctor. And as far as being a chef, I love to cook, but I hate people. So there you go. I don't hate people, but I hate the attitude that some people come to a restaurant with. I was working at a barbecue restaurant. Actually, I still have the hat. Mission Barbecue up there in Baltimore, in Maryland, and I think a little bit of Virginia right now, but maybe Pennsylvania and Delaware, but based in Maryland, and I'm standing there carving meat, serving customers, and I actually had a woman, at the line saying, well, that's not the way I do it at home. Why the hell did you come out to a restaurant where it's done the way somebody else wants to do? If you don't like it, why not just stay home and make your own? You'll be happier. Everybody at the restaurant will be happy because they don't have to deal with your attitude. It's quote unquote a win-win. But some people like criticizing, and I just don't like dealing with that. So I may go to culinary school to learn how to cook better than I do. I'm not anywhere near perfect, but I would like to learn how to do some things and have better control of my skills, and whatnot. So that's just something I would like to do. But like I said, as far as a job, no way. If I ever had a restaurant or anything like that I owned and ran, I wouldn't have any customers. You don't like it, get the hell out. Don't ever come back. Yeah, it's just one of the things I don't want to deal with. Okay, let's see here if we can find. All right, we have some spaghetti sauce. Gonna use that. Got some olive oil. My favorite brand, Lucchini. And we got some spaghetti rigatoni. So a little bit of onion, a little bit of seasoning, which we have in the drawer already. I thought the spices are up there, but everything I need is here. So we're good. So I need to take this. I need to deal with this later on. That's work stuff. So let me move some things around here. Let's see. We can do this. Yeah, here we go. So here's our propane stove here. 2 burners, which works a hell of a lot better than the electric one. So more than likely, for the most part, when I'm doing something a little bit more involved, I need to boil water faster, I need higher temperatures, I'll be using this. But when I am doing nothing but, like a simple potatoes and eggs or something like that, I'll just break out the electric burner. I can do what I need to do with that. So we're going to set that back there. Set that right here. We need to move the dirty clothes hamper. I'm just going to move that up front. There we go. And that is disgusting on the floor, but you're not going to look at it. I will deal with that as I can. It, like I said, spilled some potato soup because the last batch I had was fantastic, and it was very cold. I wanted more of it, and I picked the Instapot up, and the lid was not properly attached. I obviously inadvertently twisted the lid, so it just fell off. I didn't burn myself or anything, but I had boxes in the way and stuff in the way. It's like, all right, I'll just deal with that later because that's, come on, get in there. I don't know why that's not going in there, but we'll figure it out. So unfortunately, it's not exactly nice in the truck at the moment, but since I'm the only one in here and it's my fault, I can deal with it. Hopefully. So we're going to get our table set so we can do what we need. There we go. Let's see. Move things out of the way so the thing is sitting properly on the floor. There we go. Now we can set our portable camp stove up. Let me move that out the way so we can properly see what we're doing. And we believe we got the attachment here. Yes, it is right here. So on the side of the stove, there's a little nozzle this plugs into. That will come up and that'll screw down and tighten down. Then the gas bottle attaches to this side. So we're going to get ourselves set up. There we go, nice and tight. Put that away. I said propane bottle. This one's nearly empty. We're going to try to use this first before we do anything else. Make sure those are fully closed. We'll use this bottle up before we tap into the other bottle. Now, this one propane bottle has let me do 4 or 5 meals, start to finish, without a problem. All right, so here we go. There we go. We need some onion. Let's see if we can find some onion up in here. I know I got some onion somewhere. The refrigerator, unfortunately, opened up earlier. So stuff fell out while I was driving. So we got a little bit of tomato paste. We got some onion. Oh, we already got an open bottle here. We actually have an open jar of spaghetti sauce. We're going to use this. And we got some fresh Parmigiano Reggiano. So we're going to be using this, and that's why we need our box grater to put real cheese on here. Close that up. And we need So let's take a look at what we got here. So hopefully we can see. There we go. So like I said, I got my lobster shorts on. So we got that pan, which we're going to be boiling the noodles in. I mean, the noodles are a little bit longer, but we'll make do. Well, actually, what I could do, and I think I can use my cast iron. I think my cast iron pan is bigger. Well, let's take a look, because noodles are always, it's definitely smaller than the pan. So just a little bit too big, but we'll make do. We'll make do. We're going to use the we're going to boil the noodles in this side. We'll make the sauce in this side, and we'll bring it together as we can. Let's see. Yeah. My pasta plates are underneath the bed, so we'll just use a regular plate. My pasta bowls under there, they'll hold it a little bit better, but we will, like I said, we're just doing something quick and easy tonight. We're not trying to be super fancy, but we're going to try to do it so that we can enjoy it. So we got kitchen knife. Get my plates out of the way here. Stick those off to the side. And we'll probably be changing the bottle in midstream, so please bear with me. So, cutting board. JD 87. Man, that sucks. I mean, I can eat a pint of ice cream like nobody's business, but man. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to dice a little bit of onion here. So a good sharp kitchen knife, standard thing, sharpening steel, honing rod, what do you want to call it? Just make sure that edge is properly aligned, which makes cutting safer and easier. What did I do with it? I don't know what I did with it. Well, we're going to use a clean t-shirt here. Wipe off the knife. Like I said, we're not fancy here. So this is going in the sauce. We're going to add a bit of onion. Bing, bang, boom. We're going to get our saucepan. Am I out of fuel? Of course I'm out of fuel. All right. Crap. And I do not have any matches in here. Do I have a lighter in here? I think I had a lighter. I don't know if it's got any fuel in it, but yeah, I think I need to go outside and grab a thing of butane. All right, this is gonna be the adventurous part. Let me stick this off to the side. It never ends, does it? All right, so let me go try to extricate myself outside the truck real quick. See if I can. There we go. which is not going to be easy because all this stuff is in the way. So we will make an endeavor here. That's part of what I'm doing this weekend is getting stuff put away out of these boxes so I can do basic living. All right, hold on a second, please. There we go. That's going to work. Okie dokie, we got our butane. Now we can do what we need to do here. All right. I tell you, it looks like Oscar the Grouch's trash can here. It feels like Oscar the Grouch's trash can. Ugh. But whatever. So we got a thing of butane. Now let's find out where I put my torch. Here we go. There we go. If I can open it up, that'd be nice. So, thing of butane. Charge that up. Then we can finally do what we're supposed to do. There we go. So, like I said, we're just going to do a simple, quick little spaghetti. Oh, pardon me. We're not trying to, we don't have the, really the ability tonight to really do anything super fancy. I mean, didn't have time to take out the hamburger. Didn't have time to, get certain things prepared, ready to go. So I think we might have enough in there. Let's see here. I'd say yes. I think we got a good way to go right there. Okay, so now I like Barilla. I like spaghetti rigate. Now, spaghetti is the shape. Rigate is the rigati is the fact that it's got ridges on it. So, ridge, rigati. There you go. Little grooves on it. So it's going to hold the sauce a little bit better. All right, so let's get the we're going to get the pan warmed up here. then we can start the actual cooking. So here we go. Turn that down. Sorry for my hand there. Let's see. I guess we got to stack it up like that so it doesn't fall over. Maybe. Hopefully. Okay. There we go. Okay, I think I got it now. Oops. All right, there we go. I think we might have something going there. Okay, see everything? I think we can see everything. So we're gonna get the pan warmed up. Let me dice these onions real quick. So next, we just got a couple slivers of onion. We're not trying to be super fancy. This is pretty rough. Turn it that way. Try to get most of the pieces fairly the same size. But when you're doing real Italian home cooking, nothing is super pretty, super accurate. It's all, however the granny has done it. Turn this way here a little bit. That'll sit a little better. Hopefully. Not the best rack here to try to cook on. It's a little bit unstable, but so a little bit of the Lucchini olive oil. I like this like this. This is my favorite brand. I think it has the best taste. If I had some garlic, I'd be throwing some garlic in there, but since we don't, we ain't. And we don't want to burn these onions. We want them to kind of melt a little bit. Here we go. So we got our typical way of cleaning. We got a Clorox wipe, Lysol wipe. Just gonna give everything a little quick clean. There we go. Like I said, we're just gonna use this clean t-shirt as a towel because we don't have access to our towels at the moment. Just stick that right there. Nice and clean. Bing, bang, boom. We have a trash bag around here somewhere. Thought I had one open already, but we're going to use this one too. Bam. We're going to put this away just to try to keep as neat and organized as I can. I'm going to get a plate for tonight's dinner. Set that off to the side. Let's go ahead and put this little table down so we have a little bit better stability, I think. Going to get ourselves a little spatula. We're just trying to get these onions a little bit clear. Just throw that in there. And help get that water out of the onion. Just a tiny sprinkling of salt will help to affect that. We don't want a lot, just a little bit. We don't want to go too fast with the onions. That's going to ruin the old flavor. We don't want burnt onions. We want onions that are properly. Let's take that off the fire for a moment because we're trying to control the heat. I don't know where it went to, but it's in here somewhere. Those won't stand up. No. So we got a little bit of Italian seasoning as well. Put that back on the fire. A good all-purpose herb blend. Hey, Steven, how you doing? Cindy, welcome. Add a little bit of Italian seasoning. Let that oil get back into them dried cut up leaves. And that's going to help the help the herb come back to life a bit. There we go. Put that away. We're going to stir that in. There we go. And we got a thing of water to cook our noodles in. So we're gonna get that in the pot at least. There we go. Now this is one of those meals that's a little more difficult to do in a truck, for the simple fact that you have to dump away this water. There's not a whole lot of places to go. Big John, how you doing, sir? A little spaghetti tonight. All right, that is smelling awesome. Stick that right there. Now we're going to take our pasta sauce. Oh, that smells awesome. So this is Classico tomato and basil, which is my favorite sauce. It's not just, it goes good in chicken soup. I use it as a base for lasagna, for Mexican dishes that have a tomato sauce. Works really, really well. So we're going to integrate all that oil and the onions. Get that in there. Even cold, still tastes awesome. Okay. Well, at least we got that one jar empty. I have 2 more jars on the truck. So we're going to let that sauce simmer just a little bit. Then we're going to get our water started here. I need to replace this little torch because, there we go. It just doesn't need, it needs to shut off a little bit better. So we're going to turn that down to almost nothing. To get the water boiling faster, we're going to put a lid on this. And you always want to salt your water. So let's put that over there. A good amount of salt. Should be almost like the water from the sea. There we go. Stick that up in there. Get that lid on. Helps to keep the pressure in, which helps to make it boil a little bit faster. We're watching our flame to make sure that we are A, not burning anything up. B, it's staying lit like we want. And doing what we intended to do. So we take a little spoon here. Nice and tomatoey. A little bit of basil and the other herbs. So very, not too bad. Not too bad at all. All right, where is my, oh, here we are. So here's my box grater. This is a microplane box grater. I've had one of these previously, and I loved it. I wish it was a little bit sturdier, because this is plastic here with the inserts, and it's pressed in, kind of melted in. I wish this was all steel, but yeah, I would do that gladly. I would spend the money to buy that gladly. So we're gonna take the fine coarse side here. I don't know if you can see that. So we got a medium, a large, we got a full blade, then we got the fine. We're gonna use the fine right here. We got some Bellagio, Parmesan cheese. Been in the refrigerator for a good while, unopened, so we know it's fine. And plus, it's Parmesan cheese. The more it ages, the better it is. And of course, you just gotta, so we're just gonna grind this. We're gonna shave some of this off here. Take it off to the side real quick. Clean that off a little bit. But it makes a really, this one side makes a really fine, snowy, light, shaving there. We're going to put some of that into the sauce. And that's going to melt very, very rapidly. So we're going to put a little bit, it's going to, flavor the sauce a little bit. There we go. Get that out the way real quick. The sauce is just staying warm. We're not really doing a lot to it. We're just going to keep stirring it once in a while. Let that cheese disperse in there. There we go. Mixing with all the other flavors in here. That should be good. Let's taste that real quick. Nice. Pork roast. I go with that. Hey, Cindy, how you doing? Steven, how you doing? We are in Dexter, Michigan. I keep want to say Dexter, Minnesota, because that is where my company has their apartment building. So we're going to take a good amount of spaghetti here. The water's boiling. So like that. So there's my thumb for comparison for how much we're putting in. Of course, that immediately calms the water down. We're going to take our little here. We're going to try to get those noodles to bend a little bit. Get into the water and cook all nice and evenly. We got a pair of tongs here. I'm going to try to affect that. Now, if these noodles were just a little bit shorter, be perfect, or the pot was just a little bit larger, but I would like this to cook 100% evenly, but sometimes that is not entirely possible, which is why I prefer making pasta fresh, which I have my pasta maker here at the foot of my bed. Excuse me. So let's put the lid right back on. So we keep that boiling going. Grab a fork out of here. We could use that to eat with. That kind of works. I'm ready to taste the nice and tomatoey. Really, really good. Really, really good. Now, because we're cooking in such shallow water, we need to make sure we get in there. We move the pasta around so it doesn't stick to each other. Just to separate a little bit. There we go. Let's grate a little more of the cheese. Let me turn turn the AC temperature down and turn the fan up. We're going to grate a little more of the cheese here. But this is a really nice, grater, and I've always enjoyed this particular model from this company because it just does such a fantastic job. I mean, I do not want to be without this grater in my kitchen. There we go. So we have a nice bit, and that's very fluffy. It looks like a lot, but that's very fluffy. So set that right there out the way. Let's check on our noodles here. They're getting there. Like I said, we're just trying to move them so that they aren't sticking to each other. That's why you want to have a big pot of water to cook your noodles in, especially pasta, because pasta likes to stick to each other. So you want to try to keep as much each noodle separated. So we're going to put that lid back on, not all the way, off to the side a little bit. Let's see here. Parmesan is one of those cheeses, you buy it, you let it sit and age. You just leave it alone. You take a piece like this. How much is this? This is 8 ounces. You let it sit, you let it age, let the rind get hard. You wind up with 4 ounces, in about a year. But that 4 ounces is fantastic. All right, let's see if we have some done noodles here. I think we're a little bit on the underdone side. Let's take just another moment or two. Then we're going to throw it into the sauce. We'll get them covered. It's going to continue to cook in the sauce, so we're not too worried about that. Just another couple of moments. We're going to give this another quick stir here, so we don't have any hot spots. That's why I like this pan, because it just the heat is so perfectly even. I mean, you can go with very low heat and get really good results. All right, take that off. I'm going to turn this off. Going to basically just lift and drain our noodles. Look at that steam. That's beautiful. So let that drain off. A little bit of water in there is not bad. A little splatter there. That's going to thin the sauce out just a little bit, but also the starch in the pasta water will also help to thicken as the water evaporates away. So it's kind of a dual purpose. It'll thin, but it also will thicken when you cook it a little more. There we go. All right. So we got to be careful with that. We're going to slide this. Grab my thing. We're going to slide that out the way a little bit. We're going to crank the heat. Look, I got to fire that on again. There we go. I'm going to crank that heat just a little bit. And we're going to toss the noodles in the sauce here so everything is nice and covered. There we go. We have just a little bit more sauce than I really want, but because the sauce is supposed to dress the noodle. The noodle is not supposed to be swimming in the sauce. Because in Italy, the sauce is called condimento, a condiment, like mustard on a hot dog, like mayonnaise on a sandwich. It's a little bit making the thing that's a little bit better, not the main focus. So now we're going to get ourselves plated up here. There we go. Put that on there. And we're going to clean off our plate here, our pan here, make it a little easier for clean up in it a little bit. Like I said, this is a copper pan. Copper main shells is there. That's pure 100, 99.9 something percent pure silver on the interior. Great to cook on. I'll throw that there. Put the lid on there so we don't accidentally drop anything in the water and splash it. Take this propane bottle off so we don't knock it. We might have a little bit more to maybe do a grilled cheese sandwich or something with this propane bottle, but at the moment, we're just going to stick that up out the way. Let's plate our... That's probably a little more cheese than we need, but what the heck? So a nice simple plate of spaghetti, done real quick. Unfortunately, like I said, I didn't have time to get the ground beef out and make a ragu, but we're going to be happy with that. So let's turn it. So once we've done Swedish meatballs in the truck, so that's not out of the question. So pasta is al dente, which means to the tooth, which is the proper way to have it. So good. Buona mangia, as the Italians like to say. Simple, fast, and filling. But a good plate of spaghetti. So, that is dinner for Saturday. Tomorrow's dinner, I do not know what I'm going to do. I might be doing meatloaf tomorrow. Maybe. I ain't decided because I said I got all the stuff in here on the back here to do. I got to get all that junk up there. I got to get that out of the boxes and put where it need to be. I got to work on that. I got to work on this. I got to work on this. And here. And up there. And up there. And especially up there. So we're going to do what we can as we can. But until then, I'm going to finish my little bit of dinner. Thank you very much for joining me. I know the live streams for cooking have not been as good as they should be, but moving trucks and dealing with that stuff, I'm just a little frazzled here with this, but I think we had something fairly competent. So thank you all very much for joining me. I do appreciate it. Tomorrow, same time, 6 o'clock Eastern approximately, and we're going to we'll figure out something to do. We might have something fancy, we may not, depending on how organized I can get the truck here. Until then, thank you much. I am going over to Spreaker.com or Spreaker on the phone. Wait, so let me show you here. So here on the old iPad, we got this little symbol here with the star. Comes in like that. We have a show to listen to. We got Trucker Jukebox, Radio Network, Truck Jukebox is on right now. So I'm going to go listen to some good old country music. And I hope to see you over there. Spreaker Radio, or just Spreaker, Sperear, or EAKER, Spreaker. Like speaker, but with an R. Spreaker, and the Trucker Jukebox Radio Network. Come join us over there. We're going to listen to some music. We're going to have a little fun. We're going to chit chat. We're going to have a good time, and we're going to go from there. Tonight, Trucker Jukebox. Tomorrow, Timeless Tunes with Rusty R. He's going to do classic rock and roll, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, and where else gets thrown in. So we'll see you then. Hopefully I'll see you there. Have a good night, and God bless. Thank you all very much for joining me.